Доброго дня, шановні колеги.
Good day, dear colleagues. We are happy to greet you today. So we invite Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good day, dear colleagues. During the last 2 days, there was full lull in the east of Ukraine. There were no shelling of our positions, and there were no dead or injured among Ukrainian servicemen. No enemy drones in the ATO area. Yesterday in Paris, there was a meeting of leaders of Germany, Russia, Ukraine, and France. The parties reached an agreement on continued ceasefire, start of the process of withdrawal of the weapons of less than 100 millimeters from the contact line, and embedded the work of OSCE observers and other international and humanitarian organizations in the territory of Donetsk and Lugansk Oblast, and first of all in occupied territories. They also spoke about hostages and also about political prisoners that are held in Russia. Pseudo-elections that are going to be held by the administration of militants should be cancelled, and this is the joint position of the four leaders. In the ATO area, the preparation for the winter continues. The military storage facilities continue to provide warm clothing of new type, and the uniform is enough for all servicemen, and they provide the uniform to those who serve in the front line, and they get also socks and they also and other type of clothing. And they continue to provide new machines and different equipment, radio stations, sniper rifles, and complexes, anti-tank guns, and other types of weapons for National Guard, tanks, APCs, anti-aircraft systems, grenade launchers, and small arms. All these weapons were used in Kievshina training ground, and guardsmen showed their skills. In Kramatorsk, they found a cache of ammunition, 2 Kalashnikov, 56 cartridges, and the weapon was confiscated. Ukrainian volunteers and enterprises continue to help our servicemen in ATO area. Dairy products was delivered to Ukrainian servicemen, more than 200 kilograms of dairy products, and volunteers and charitable organizations said that they are going to continue to help servicemen. Volunteers from Lvov continue to deliver books to servicemen. And most books have the signatures of authors and also the First Lady of our country, Marina Poroshenko. And activists continue to help our servicemen, and they also invite servicemen to libraries, and they continue to provide humanitarian help to occupied territory. Bugas checkpoint, there were 12 trucks with humanitarian aid, more than 200 tons of food products from the International Committee of Red Cross. And now the tale about the warrior of Ukrainian army, it's a short, brief talk about Sergei Levy. He served in the army for many years, and he is a skilled warrior, and he is very skilled in his military profession. And now He shares his knowledge with the servicemen in the ATO area. That's why we are happy that such a professional instructor works with our servicemen. And he was awarded a medal for love to Ukraine. And this is all information for today. If you have some questions or comments, there was an information that they started withdrawal of weapons with less of 100 millimeters in caliber. What about the timing? What about the term? Ukraine is a state in the territory of which the law prevails. That's why all the orders that are obtained from Petro Poroshenko are fulfilled. So according to his decision, starting from this day, the practical stage started for withdrawal of weapons and tanks from the distance that is 15 kilometers. But all this done with proper preparation, and for this they compose lists of weapons, and there are serial numbers of these pieces of weapons, and routes are established, and holding sites are established, and there is also work continues with international organizations, and they are provided with these lists, and they know where this equipment and weapons will be held, and all this will be conducted and observed. And in the second part of the day, the movement of military equipment is going to start in the direction of these holding areas. Ukraine is a responsible state, and we fulfill all our obligations at international level, and we hope that the militants will do the same and will withdraw the equipment. But we don't know where they are moving, and the international observers have zero information about the movement of the militants' movement of equipment, and Ukraine fulfills it in a correct way and is responsible and complies with all international obligations. Any other questions? No questions. Thank you. Goodbye.